General Hospital. The streets of Port Charles have always been filled with secrets, but lately an unusual tension has settled over the town. Familiar faces are beginning to question one another. Unexpected friendships are forming, and one mysterious newcomer seems to be standing at the center of it all. No one realizes it yet, but a carefully planned game is about to test loyalties in ways nobody expected. Michael Corinthos has spent months trying to put his life back together. Between family responsibilities, business obligations, and his desire to create a stable future, he's determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past. Every decision feels more important than ever, especially when Willow is involved. Willow also believes they're finally moving in the right direction. Although their journey has been filled with painful misunderstandings and difficult choices, she feels hopeful that honesty and patience can help them build something lasting. For the first time in a long while, she allows herself to imagine a future without constant conflict. That hope begins to fade when Jacinda arrives in Port Charles. She introduces herself as a consultant working with several charitable organizations connected to the city. Friendly, confident, and incredibly persuasive, Jacinda quickly earns invitations to community events and becomes acquainted with many of Port Charles's most influential residents. At first, nobody thinks much about her growing list of connections. Carly welcomes her politely but remains cautious. Jason notices that Jacinda asks thoughtful questions without revealing much about herself. Nina believes she's simply ambitious. Even Drew comments that she seems determined to establish herself as quickly as possible. Only Willow feels slightly uneasy. She can't explain why, but every conversation with Jacinda leaves her with the strange feeling that she's being carefully studied rather than simply getting to know someone new. Michael dismisses Willow's concerns. He believes she's reading too much into an innocent situation. After all, Jacinda hasn't done anything openly suspicious. She's kind, professional, and appears genuinely interested in helping local charities. Still, Willow can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. Days later, small misunderstandings begin appearing almost everywhere Michael goes. Private conversations somehow become public gossip. Business meetings are interrupted by unexpected complications. Plans with Willow are repeatedly canceled because of sudden emergencies that seem impossible to predict. None of the incidents appear connected, but together they create growing frustration. Michael becomes distracted. Willow becomes increasingly isolated. Friends begin offering conflicting advice. Carly notices the distance developing between Michael and Willow and quietly encourages them to spend more time talking instead of listening to rumors. Unfortunately, someone seems determined to keep them apart. Anonymous emails begin arriving with carefully photographs that suggest Michael has been spending time with another woman. The pictures look convincing. Every image captures Michael smiling during conversations with Jacinda. What the photographs fail to show is the full context. Each meeting happened in public. Each discussion involved community projects or business matters. But the cropped images tell a very different story. Willow wants to trust Michael. She knows how easily appearances can be manipulated. Yet even she finds herself wondering why Jacinda keeps appearing in every unexpected situation. Jason starts paying closer attention. Unlike everyone else, he isn't interested in gossip. He focuses on patterns. Soon he notices Jacinda somehow arrives just before each misunderstanding begins. She never creates the problem herself. She simply happens to be nearby every single time. Jason quietly shares his observations with Anna. Rather than confronting Jacinda immediately, Anna recommends patience. If someone is deliberately creating confusion, exposing the plan too early could allow the real mastermind to disappear without leaving evidence.
Meanwhile, Michael struggles to understand why every attempt to repair his relationship only seems to make things worse.
Romantic dinners are interrupted. Meaningful conversations end with unexpected distractions. Simple misunderstandings grow into emotional arguments. Neither Michael nor Willow realizes someone has been quietly influencing nearly every important moment. Spinelli joins the investigation after Jason discovers unusual digital activity linked to anonymous accounts spreading misleading information throughout Port Charles. The technical evidence reveals something surprising. Multiple fake identities have been operating together. Each account shares carefully timed posts, edited photographs, and incomplete information designed to encourage speculation without making direct accusations. It isn't random gossip, it's an organized campaign. As Anna and Jason continue gathering evidence, they discover Jacinda isn't the mysterious mastermind they expected. Instead, she appears to have accepted a legitimate consulting assignment without realizing someone else was secretly using her schedule and public appearances to create false narratives. The revelation changes everything. Rather than viewing Jacinda as an enemy, Anna begins considering the possibility that she has unknowingly become part of someone else's larger strategy. When Anna finally speaks with Jacinda privately, the newcomer admits that several anonymous clients requested detailed reports about community events, local business meetings, and social gatherings. She believed the information would be used for market research. She never imagined someone might combine those harmless observations with manipulated photographs and anonymous messages. Jason follows another lead that eventually uncovers a hidden communications network operating from outside Port Charles. The individuals behind the operation never intended to target one person. Their real objective was to create distrust among several influential families, hoping that personal conflict would distract everyone from a much larger financial scheme unfolding in the background. Once the truth begins emerging, Michael immediately apologizes to Willow for allowing doubt and frustration to influence his judgment. Willow also admits she struggled to separate facts from carefully created appearances. Instead of allowing the experience to divide them, they chose to rebuild their relationship through honesty, patience, and open communication. Carly watches proudly as both of them refuse to let manipulation define their future. Anna closes one investigation but quietly opens another. Someone financed the entire operation. Someone with significant resources. Someone who still hasn't been identified. Late one evening, Jason receives an envelope containing a single photograph. The picture shows an unknown figure watching the Metro Court from across the street. On the back, only one sentence is written. The first move was only the beginning. Jason places the photograph inside a secure file before looking toward the city skyline. He knows Port Charles has survived countless mysteries before, but this one feels different. Somewhere beyond the city's familiar streets, another player is already preparing the next chapter, and when that moment arrives, old alliances will be tested, unexpected truths will emerge, and everyone will discover that even the strongest relationships can only survive when trust is stronger than fear. If you enjoyed this fictional General Hospital-inspired story, leave your thoughts in the comments about who you think is secretly orchestrating these events, and subscribe for more original Port Charles-inspired adventures and dramatic what-if stories.